Hi, I'm Neek Wilson, and this is my poem, The Deep End. At the Lincoln Park public pool, I was told that I could not swim in the deep end, that I was just too small. I was only 6 or 7 years old at the time, but I knew damn well I was good enough. And I was so tired of slumming it, of my talents being wasted away in 2 feet of water. So one day, at the perfect moment, at the perfect time when the lifeguards weren't looking, and neither was the one person who could ever possibly stop me, my mother, I snuck over to the edge of the deep end and stared inside 5 feet of beautiful, breathtaking, misty gray public pool water. Disgusting sounding, I know, but at the time it was the most enticing thing my young eyes had ever seen. I backpedaled all the way up into the fence and I ran so hard my feet hurt so fast my vision blurred, and when I leapt into that water I was convinced that I could fly. In a world hell-bent on their grounding, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Diane Nash, and Fannie Hamer were convinced that they could fly. And they didn't leap into public pools either. They leapt into voting registries. They leapt into seats at the front of the bus. They leapt into the streets, and they marched until their shoes were no longer there to keep their feet from bleeding, to protect them from the cuts and scrapes, the battle scars that came with change. These marvelous human souls dove headfirst into a sea of hatred to prove to the rest of the world that the pigmentation of their skin did not make them any less human, that if anything, it made them more. They fought for a brighter future. They fought for a stronger society, for an accurate vision of equality. They fought for a great America. Let's make America great again. Oh, please. America was never great, and prejudice and racism was never dead, just dormant. It was hidden in the shadows, shielded behind closed doors. It was flying around like gnats, whispering in our ears, telling us that we weren't good enough. And it was etched in the bathroom stalls at school. It was worn as a mask when we were being followed around the mall, when the sound of police cruisers slowing behind us as we walked down the street was the bad dream that kept us up in the middle of the night. And it was locked inside the tears, the ones we shed when we were little and wished that God had never learned to color inside the lines. The thing about the little girl I was, the one who thought she could prove herself, the one who thought she was good enough to make it in the deep end, that girl who was convinced she could fly. She was in for a rude awakening. When I finally hit the water, just when I thought I had made it, just when I thought I had proved myself, my feet hit the ground and I couldn't find my way back up to the surface. I panicked. I forgot how to swim, and I almost drowned.
Thank you, Jonique, for sharing your voice and your heart. You are such an inspiration. When I think about Brown versus Board, I think about how it provided hope when hope was so needed, but also how today that hope has faded for so many students, especially those facing the greatest challenges. On its anniversary, Brown versus Board will be fresh on the minds of so many people around the country. But what happens after? Will you think about Jonique tomorrow? What about next week? Will you join the Alliance for Excellent Education over the next year as we explore issues of equity and the unmet promise of Brown versus Board? Will you stick with us as we make sure that the spotlight doesn't dim until the next anniversary? Student voice will be a great part of our campaign. Will you lend your voice as well? Share your challenges and hopes with us using the hashtag #OurChallengeOurHope or visit allfored.org/BrownVBoard to share your thoughts. Jonique, let's start with you.
My challenge is that I'm a black girl in America, and my hope is that one day that won't matter.